I wonder what the future of transport will be like.
Oh, well, have you heard of those fandangled new things called trains?
I wonder what transport will be like in 100 years.
Oh, well, have you heard of those fandangled new things called planes?
Do you ever think about what transport will be like in 100 years?
Well, have you heard of those new fandangled hyperloops?
Yeah, welcome to the brave new world of high-speed travel. These two brave Virgin execs strapped themselves in to be the world's first passengers of a hyperloop. On this trip, they only clocked about 172 k's an hour, but this thing can travel at more than double that. And with some development, they're hoping it'll be able to do over 1,200 k's an hour. Yep, you heard that right, 1,200 k's an hour. That'd mean a trip from Melbourne to Sydney would only take 45 minutes, or a trip from Darwin to Adelaide, 2.5 hours. The reason it can go so fast is the lack of friction. That's the force that slows things down when one thing rubs against another, like wheels on tracks or roads. Even moving through the air creates friction. But inside the Hyperloop, there's very little air. Don't worry though, there's air in the capsule so they can breathe. There are also no wheels. Special magnets are used to help the capsule glide along the tube, kind of floating just above the tracks. The idea for the Hyperloop came from none other than Elon Musk. Yep, that's the guy who started Tesla and SpaceX. But Elon did something a little unusual. He released his plans for the Hyperloop as open source for anyone to use, which means lots of companies are working on their own versions. And it's not the only newfangled contraption that could take us zooming around the world in the future. Several companies are working on supersonic passenger planes, that is, planes that fly faster than the speed of sound, which is 1,234 k's an hour. While that's something we've been able to do for a while, they're working on making them cheaper, safer, more efficient, and solving the problem of the loud boom that usually comes from breaking the sound barrier. There are even companies working on hypersonic planes, which can travel faster than Mach 5. That's more than 6,000 k's an hour. But that's also a way off yet. Back on Earth, Virgin are working on making their Hyperloop faster and cheaper, and importantly, making sure it's safe before it can become a reality.
For us, the steps moving forward are really to continue to showcase that this technology not only works, but it's actually cost effective. And then the second piece is really to make sure that we can actually have the full length to get up to the speeds that we'd like.
Countries like India and Saudi Arabia are already trying to figure out ways to bring Hyperloop to their cities. But whether or not it's the future of transport, well, we'll have to wait and see.
I wonder what the future of transport will be like.
Oh, well, spoilers.